You're not gonna fucking tell me what to do, motherfucker. You're not gonna get in my sheriff's face. You want to do that?
No.
The police officer's job is to catch criminals, but sometimes the circumstances are such that they have to arrest their own partners. Here are 6 instances when the cops turn on other police officers. Case 1. Starting off with probably the most emotional one on the list. On New Year's Eve, Gainesville Police Department Corporal Scott W. Bertzik was driving drunk when he tried to ignite his lighter and crashed into a car. The civilians in the car got injured, and while they were getting medical attention, a Gainesville police officer arrived at the scene.
Yeah, reached out for my lighter, slammed into his ass.
Cool.
No, not really.
Not really. All right. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Your airbag went off. Your car's fucked up.
The officer, Brooke, identifies her supervisor and sparks up a normal conversation. In Scott's defense, he says that he was looking for his lighter and got distracted, which resulted in the car crash. So far, it is a simple case of an accident, so Brooke calls up the base and asks for permission to handle it.
No, he's not on duty. He's in his POV. But I just didn't want there to be any, conflict of interest type issues. All right, that was it. I just want to make sure. All right, bye. Dang it, Birdie.
After getting the green signal, she files a citation bill, and the case is about to be wrapped up, but then she detects something off about Scott.
Suspect description.
You good?
Wait on his way?
Huh?
Wait on his way?
He's not coming.
Black pants with a white shoulder bag, black beanie.
Good?
And one white glove.
Walking home, but yep, I'm...
The way Scott is unable to hold his ID and displays disruptive behavior, which makes the female officer even more suspicious.
Is he really?
So, Birdie, you giving me some indicators?
Oh,
Listen.
woman.
Listen. Valdez is coming out just to... I'm not going to lie to you about it.
She's on her way?
Yeah, she's on her... So please don't make my life difficult.
I would never do that to you.
Okay. I'm very uncomfortable right now.
And I apologize for putting you in that position.
Okay.
Are you on?
Yes. Yes, I am. And I'm going to remain on
Fair enough.
because integrity.
A drunk man, when encountering a female officer alone, can be intimidating, but Officer Scott is well aware of this dynamic and, out of respect, becomes apologetic and cautious. However, after some time, he again becomes carefree, and other officers have to join in.
You can't consume anything. You're killing me.
Trying.
His casual attitude soon disappeared when the female officer finally conducted the field sobriety tests.
Do you want to finish?
He's adamant about proving himself innocent, but his body language indicates the exact opposite. He even retakes the test, but the result stays the same, and the officers decide to cut the drama and arrest him.
We'll cuff you over by my car.
Yes, you will.
Yes. Yes.
I'm very sorry. Did I put you in this position?
He gets charged with 1 count of driving under the influence of alcohol with property damage, a first-degree misdemeanor that carries up to a $1,000 fine, almost 50 hours of community service, and 6 months of driving license suspension. Moreover, according to reports, Scott also caused around $8,000 of damage in the car crash as well. However, unlike Scott, other cops are not this considerate when dealing with another officer. Case 2. On the 19th of November 2021, the Florida police were tackling a suspect who was not complying with the officers. At the scene, one of the cops got angry and lashed out at the suspect.
Car. No, he doesn't want in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. All right, I'm getting in. Get your feet in. What's up? Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You want to play games? You're playing with the wrong mother. What you gotta do, man? You gonna mace me? Look at me, mother. You want to play games? You ever get disrespectful with my officers? I will remove your soul from your.
The senior officer, Christopher Police, intimidated the suspect, even verbally threatening him while he was already handcuffed. Every other officer watched silently, apart from one female officer who mustered up the courage to stop the officer.
You ever get disrespectful with my officers? I will remove your soul from your body. Do what you gotta do.
No.
Get the off.
Just let it be.
I don't understand that.
We clear?
Yes, sir.
That, please.
And I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Officer Police grabbed her by the throat, which directly qualifies as an assault. Later, an investigation took place, and thanks to the body camera footage, the senior officer was charged with battery and assault on a law enforcement officer. Afterward, he was also charged with tampering with evidence and assaulting a civilian. 2 months later, he was relieved of his supervisory duties. If you thought that Officer Police was corrupt, then you are not ready for Officer Alexander Sheoni. Case 3. On 6 June 2023, a Seminole County Sheriff's deputy was on his routine patrol when he saw an Orlando police officer, identified as Alexander Sheoni, going 80 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. The deputy observed him going at double the legal speed and followed him up, but when he got closer, Sheoni did this.
He's the guy that copy down that bumper number.
This one or this one?
Yeah, 11070.
Instead of stopping, Sheoni drove through cars to escape the deputy, but the deputy persisted. Sheoni had to eventually pull over, but that did not mean he was going to admit his crime.
Pull over. You gonna pull over?
Please say a command.
Pull over. Three 113 to 313.
What?
Do you,
I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going into work?
because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
Okay, what are you going
What
to
does
work
it look
for?
like I am dressed for?
I have
What
no,
does it look like I am dressed for?
My name is Deputy Hilton. I need to see your driver's license.
No.
Okay. 3113, copy at 1050. 10-4, I got a city, Orlando PD taking off from a traffic stop. It's going to be X-Ray Foxtrot 6207, XF 6207.
Straight up, Officer Sheoni refused to hand over his driver's license and drove off, but luckily, the entire interaction was recorded on the deputy's body camera. The Orlando Police Department launched an investigation, and Sheoni was soon relieved of his duties. Officer Sheoni was charged with reckless driving, fleeing and eluding law enforcement, and resisting an officer without violence. He turned himself in on Friday to the Seminole County Jail, and his bond was set at a whopping $9,000 mark. Officer Sheoni was from a different police department, unlike this next suspect who turned out to be the on-duty officer's own boss. Case 4. On 20th June 2023, when a patrolling cop stopped a severely overspeeding vehicle. When he went up to the driving seat, the driver turned out to be someone he never thought of pulling over.
Really? Yeah.
The man behind the wheel is none other than Sheriff Chief Michael Yarbrough. He takes away the license and calls up his fellow officer for what should be the code of conduct here.
Hello? Guess who I just pulled over?
Who?
Yarborough.
Really?
Yeah, the chief deputy driving a Dodge Charger, a souped up Dodge Charger that belongs to the sheriff's office. I just clocked this at 96 in a 35.
What was the issue? I mean, why is he speeding?
No reason. He's in an unmarked car. He just got a high horsepower car and decided he wanted to play.
It's your traffic stop. You do what you think you should do. I mean, I'm not telling you one way or the other. You do a 96 and a 35.
Okay. Well, you know I don't care for him, so I'm gonna ride his.
Officer Yarbrough was driving at 96 miles per hour on a 35 mile per hour road. That's more than double the amount of max speed allowed, which means he is going to receive a citation for it.
Sir, here's your ID back. This is your copy of the citation. If you would sign right here. It's got a court date, time it must appear.
Yes, sir.
Please slow down and have a safe day.
He was charged with a $200 fine on the citation bill, but Yarbrough is required to appear in court for this act. And that's not all. He was also suspended for 40 hours without being paid. At least Officer Yarbrough had the dignity to own his mistake, but not every officer behaves like him, especially this next one who wanted the on-duty cop to turn off his body camera. Case 5. On 12th March 2023, Sergeant Chris Skinner saw a man swerving in his SUV and turning without using a signal. Officer Skinner stopped him, and the man pulled into a driveway of a home. But what happened next was something that had never experienced before.
You been drinking tonight?
I just got a ride.
You been drinking tonight, sir?
I'm a captain on the police department.
What police department?
Oklahoma City.
What division?
Investigations.
What are you doing pulling in here?
My mom and I stay here.
You been drinking? How much we had to drink tonight, sir? Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
Go ahead and step out of the vehicle. You gotta be kidding me.
The man said that he was the captain of the Oklahoma Police Department and tried to establish a settlement with the sergeant, but he refused to comply and asked the captain to step out. Upon further questioning, he admits that he had a few drinks over a poker game.
How much we drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
How much you drink at your poker game?
Not much.
Not much? How much is not much?
I don't know.
Beer? Liquor?
Yeah.
How
Beer.
many beers?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? How long ago was that?
It's been going on a while.
Hang out right there, sir.
Got you, brother.
Just stand with your feet together, hands down by your side for me. Hands down by your side, please. Look straight ahead. You see the tip of my pen, sir?
I do.
I want you to follow the tip of my pen without moving your head, okay?
The sergeant searched him up and then proceeded to conduct the field sobriety tests. However, when the man noticed that there was no way out of it, he again became desperate and asked for an unlawful favor from the sergeant.
Turn that off.
I cannot, sir.
Please.
I know you're aware of our body cam policy. You know I cannot turn off this body camera.
I do, but I'd like to talk to you.
I can't do that, sir.
Please. Please. I'd like to talk to you.
Are you going to do the test or not?
Will you please talk to me?
I'll talk to you once we're done.
You can turn it off, you can turn it on.
I can turn it off once I'm done with my investigation, sir.
Okay. I'm asking you. I'm a captain on this police department.
I understand that, sir.
I get
I am
that.
a sergeant on this police officer, and
I
I've
am
taken
not-
an oath to uphold the law.
I
don't
not-
show favoritism to anyone, regardless. I don't care if you're a
Sir.
gangbanger or the president of the United States.
Sir, I'm not asking you for that.
If I was to treat you differently than I was to treat like some Southside loco or some pedo, how's that look on me?
Okay, I'm not asking for that.
Because I wouldn't do that for any of them.
Sergeant Skinner, please.
Are you going to do the test or not, sir?
I will. I will do whatever you ask.
Okay, once we complete the test, I'll turn off my body camera once I'm done with my investigation.
Okay.
After several attempts, Captain French realized that there was no other option apart from complying with the officer, so he took the field sobriety tests and, unsurprisingly, failed. The sergeant fulfilled his promise and deactivated the camera, but not before arresting the corrupt officer. He was transported to the Oklahoma County Detention Center and later released on bond. Captain French was also placed on administrative leave with pay detention depending on the result of the investigation. Confronting one officer is difficult, but some respectable cops, like this next one, are even willing to go against an entire police department. Case 6. On 13th January 2024, a Lexington police officer noticed a vehicle going way beyond the speed limit and conducted a traffic stop. However, when he approached the vehicle, he was totally caught off guard. The driver turned out to be a Cleveland County sheriff who was responding as part of what authorities described as a SWAT call-out protocol involving various agencies in the South Metro. Local agencies were working against a potentially critical situation, later described as a possible hostage standoff in Lexington, but the Lexington police themselves were totally unaware of this, so the officer decided to immediately inform his chief.
I'll call my chief and let him know. 301 next.
301.
According to the Cleveland County Sheriff, we have a hostage situation at that location.
After informing dispatch, the officer drove all the way to the chief and other officers. After arriving at the scene, he observed some men yelling and arguing with each other.
I'd like to know what's going on in my own damn city. We would have notified you, sir. We would have? Yeah. Well, hold on. I've been down there at the PD all fucking day.
According to the call, it says Lexington was notified, they refused to respond because of the call.
Okay, I don't know who said that.
First of all, sir, I know you're the chief. I'm just telling you what the call says.
I don't appreciate all of this going on and nobody notified me a damn thing about it.
Okay.
A senior sheriff disrespectfully insulted Lexington Chief Johnson in front of the other officers, and while the chief stayed quiet, the observing officer did not digest it that well.
You're not going to talk about chief like that, sir. That's not going to happen. You can get out of my face. I don't give a fuck who you are. Okay? This is my county, too.
Back up, man. Back up. No, you don't.
This is going to be good. According to the call,
You need to stop.
Lexington PD was notified.
Chill out. Back up. Everything's going to be okay. But you need to back up.
I get it that you're chief. You can riled up, dude.
Negative.
As the officer confronted the senior sheriff, the other Sheriff County staff members crowded the space, commanding him to back off. The cop initially complied, but just then the senior sheriff decided to make matters worse for absolutely no reason.
Sheriff, you need to back up out of my face, sir.
You have no authority.
You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to get in my sheriff's face, just like you told me. Get your hands off me, man. Back up, John.
Hey, pull him back.
No, he just came up to my face and said the same shit.
He's getting ready to go to jail.
Stop.
He's getting ready to go to jail.
Stop.
Both of you need to back off. This is our operation for South County. Understand?
Oh, yeah. Perfectly fucking clear.
Go 10-8.
Perfectly clear. Come on. Just run that fucking relationship.
I want that lieutenant's name.
Chief Johnson and the deputy decided to leave the scene and file a complaint against the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department for not informing the Lexington police on time regarding the hostage situation. According to reports, this was not the first time the Lexington Police Department was deliberately left in ignorance. The Cleveland County Sheriff's Department released a statement taking accountability for the deputy's disrespectful behavior, and a thorough investigation is said to be conducted later. If you enjoy true crime content like this, make sure you've subscribed so you do not miss out on any upcoming videos.